Good morning, you glorious gamers. Gabrs here. Tonight is New Year's Eve, so let's talk about the best games of 2020 as we prepare to step into 2021. Now I know there are a ton of people creating lists for the best games of 2020, so I thought I would do my top 20 list a little differently than everybody else. So instead of focusing on games that were released in 2020, I'm going to make this list about games that impacted us in 2020. Because let me tell you, some of the games that really helped us in 2020 are actually quite old. So let's kick it off with a game that was actually released in 2018, and that game is Super Smash Bros. So like I said, this game is 2 years old now. However, you have to consider how much people played from March to June this year. This Nintendo fighting game was the perfect filler game when you needed a break from the other things you were playing. Because let's get real, we all didn't play one game, we all played multiple games during lockdowns and quarantines. With an amazing online community, all the characters, tons of levels, and great quick gameplay, this is the perfect companion for lockdowns in 2020. So as you see, we're already doing a lot of things differently. So that brings us to number 19, Minecraft. So why is Minecraft on this list? Well, it's actually quite simple. None of us wanted to face the real world at one point. We're all stuck in our homes, and every time we turn on the news, we would panic and not know what to do. So we might as well zone out and create a world all of our own. It was just you, a bunch of blocks, occasionally some zombies, and a whopping 120 million active players. Throughout 2020, they sold an additional 6 million units. So whether you're a fan of Minecraft or not, this game truly helped a ton of people during those hard times. Now number 18 was released in 2020, and the only way to describe this game is a complete clusterfuck. At number 18, it's Fall Guys. So at first look, I'm sure everyone was like, what the hell is going on and what are you supposed to do in this game? You're playing as these odd little characters running through a platforming challenge, and realistically you're not really running, you're kind of waddling everywhere. However, this chaotic 60-player challenge really hooks you in and is so brutally addictive. A really cool part about this game was gamers and non-gamers alike would have a blast going through all the different obstacle courses, mini games, and even playing football or two. The pure mayhem of this game hooked you for hours and hours, which again, during 2020, there are moments that's all we really needed. The other thing I love about Fall Guys is it proves you don't need to have a massive budget with Oscar-winning directors and performances to have such a fun experience. Now number 17 is actually the oldest game on this list, but I guarantee you hopped on at one point and played during quarantine. With an estimated 20 million copies sold in 2020, can we all just take a moment and bask in the glory of this 2013 release? I have no idea how Rockstar was able to pull this off, whether it was through online updates, but a ton of people were logging back onto GTA 5 and honestly having a blast doing it. I know a lot of people that would log on just to talk to their friends because they were so fed up with Zoom and Skype calls. Why not? If we're gonna talk to our friends, we might as well do it in a virtual world where we can do heists, violent crimes, or just hang around and look at cool cars. But we all really need to applaud GTA 5 because it's stuck around for so long and is still good. Now number 16 is again an older title, however personally I played a ton of this during quarantine. At number 16, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now just because this game came out in 2017, let's not forget that this is the highest selling game on the Nintendo Switch so far. So is it really shocking of how many people play this game still? Don't forget, when Animal Crossing came out, it drove the Switch's sales through the roof, and everyone also bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe along with Animal Crossing. We already know that this game is absolutely amazing and is the best in the series. And it's for that reason, on top of all the sales numbers, that this game has to go on the list for best games of 2020. Now number 15, I don't like it all, so we're gonna get through this as quick as we can. Oh, Fortnite. As everyone knows, I really don't like this game. And you know what? I'm not sure why. Like, I'm really trying hard to think about it. In general, I'm not the biggest fan of Battle Royale style games, and honestly, I like the art style, I think the concept is cool, but I just couldn't get behind this game. Now let's get real, just because I don't like a game doesn't mean anything, because in April 2020, they had 350 million players. And at the end of the day, if people were logging on to keep their sanity, then good on them and good on Fortnite. Now number 14 is a game that I honestly thought came out in 2020, but while doing research for this video, I found out it came out in 2018, and this game of course is Among Us. So for whatever reason, Among Us became a huge hit in 2020, another game that could be played by gamers and non-gamers alike. It really reminds me of those old party games you used to play, like Mafia and Who Shot the Sheriff. With a simple premise and layered with a really cute art style, 8 players need to keep the ship alive while 2 imposters are trying to sabotage everything. So realistically, you're looking over your shoulder constantly, wondering who's gonna betray you. And on top of this, you have mini games and other challenges you must do before a crew member kills you or you kill them. This game throws all the charm it can at you, all while you're deceiving and lying to your friends online. Coming in at number 13 is everyone's favorite Bandicoot. Coming out in October of 2020, it was about time, get it because that's in the title, that we got this iconic platformer back in action. And honestly, that long wait didn't disappoint. Crash looks and feels better than ever. A great addition to an amazing franchise with platforming that is challenging and yet so rewarding when you complete it. But again, the look of this game is so unreal. And I say unreal because it was actually done in Unreal Engine 4, which still kind of blows my mind. Now, even though I got really frustrated while playing this game due to its difficulty, I truly loved Crash 4. Now, number 12 I actually just got as a Christmas gift, and I didn't think it would be as good as it is. I'm talking about Mario Kart Live coming in at number 12. So I have to admit, I've never had so much fun playing with a remote control car with all my friends. With the ability to create any course you want, the possibilities are only limited by your creativity. Now, I gotta admit, when I opened this gift, I really thought it was just gonna stay in the collection. I never thought it would cause that much laughter and not much fun. So if you want a good time and a little bit of a novelty, definitely pick up Mario Kart Live. In fact, we went all out and created a full course on the upper level of this house. So don't forget to check back in next week because we're gonna post it all online and it'll blow you away. Now, coming in at number 11 was a remake, however this game was truly stunning. I'm talking about the Demon's Souls remake. Now, I haven't played this game yet, but I have to admit it is such a good looking game. It truly shows what the PlayStation 5 is capable of, and yeah, I know for a fact it's going to carry on that Demon's Souls tradition of being brutally difficult. And honestly, I think a lot of people are up for the challenge all over again, and with these graphics, it looks well worth the price. I'm sorry, I'm just so blown away. You can even see the little fine pieces of fabric in throughout the metal of the armor. And every time you go to destroy something, the particle effects just blow my mind. I really want to play this game. All I need now is a PS5. So we've made it to the top 10, so now let's unfold our pick for number 10. This game seemed to have come out of nowhere. It was nothing but a tweet on May 14th that shocked the Nintendo world by saying, a new Paper Mario is coming out. The Origami King really brought us back to what we loved about Thousand Year Door and the original Paper Mario. The game looked outstanding and had some new abilities like the 1,000 folding arms technique, as well as the new battle mechanic. Now, a lot of people didn't like the ring battle mechanic when it first was released, but you know what? I really like it, and I think it adds an element of difficulty and fun. Now let's lock and load for number 9, which is Call of Duty Warzone. This game came out at the perfect time. Coming out at March 10th, it really let us get our aggressions out during the quarantines. With a staggering 60+ million downloads in its first 52 days of being live, this game really deserves to be on the list. And yeah, it might be another Battle Royale style game, which I don't really like personally, but having 150 players play against each other, all having a good time, it's well worth it. Now, in terms of an online community, I would say it's a lot better than the Fortnite scene because it's aimed for a more mature audience, so you don't get all the beaking you'd get from the little Fortnite complainers. With amazing gameplay and graphics, you really gotta tip your hat to Activision and Blizzard because they really killed it for this game. Get it? Killed it because it's like, whatever. Now, coming in at number 8 is the remastered of a Final Fantasy game that we all loved growing up. Now, I might not be the biggest PlayStation fan, however, Final Fantasy is one of those legacy franchises that it doesn't matter what system your allegiance to, you want to play it. Now, unfortunately, because it's what I call a legacy franchise, any decision they do is going to be highly scrutinized under a microscope to its fans. I mean, personally, I thought this remake was really well done. The game was beautiful, and even though they switched the battle mechanic from a turn-based combat style to more real-time action, I thought it worked well. The story is amazing as always, and it actually expanded quite a bit of things. However, there was a lot of filler, and people didn't really seem to like that. Honestly, whether you're a fan of Final Fantasy or not, this game definitely deserves a playthrough. Now, even though 2020 was crazy and really sad for a lot of people, there were some things to celebrate. And Mario turning 35 is one of those reasons. So number 7 on our list is Mario 3D All-Stars. As we know, Mario 3D All-Stars was a collection of games that brought us true nostalgia to the Switch. Now yes, it was missing Galaxy 2, but having Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Galaxy 1 was so much fun to relive. Now there were some complaints, some people wanted more, some people wanted less, but you know what? All in all, this is a great collection of games. I really wish Mario 64 was in widescreen, but you know what? That's not the end of the world. We played a ton of 3D All-Stars when we got this game. In fact, I did a full walkthrough on YouTube, which will be in the corner if you want to check it out, of Mario 64, and my girlfriend just 100% completed Mario Galaxy for her first time. Now, I know that everyone's frustration level during 2020 was crazy high, so what better way to get rid of all that frustration than slaying through countless demons in our number 6 pick, Doom Eternal. Aw, hell yeah, I love this game. Is it bloody? Yes. Is it fast-paced? You better believe it. Is it a hell of a good time? Hell yeah, it is. The Doom franchise is actually really close to my heart because I remember playing it with my dad when he got the free shareware version. And as a fan, when it was resurrected in 2016, I had so much excitement for the sequel to come out. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Tons of enemy, faster gameplay, the addition of the grappling hook to the double barrel shotgun was so cool. They even tried to add a little more story, which, let's get real, no one plays Doom for the story, but it was a nice addition. On top of more and faster glory kills, I cannot say enough about how fun this game was. Now coming in at number 5 is the sequel to Ori. Ori Will of the Wisps is one of the most beautiful games I have ever seen. I mean, if Disney Pixar was going to create a character and make a game about it, this is what it would be. This 2D side-scrolling adventure is so beautiful you might actually just stop and stare at the screen. The progression curve in this game is absolutely amazing. Slowly throughout the game, as you upgrade some of your abilities like the lasso, the energy sword, or even the spirit spear, you're able to go back and find new locations and kill new enemies constantly. Besides the art style, you're playing this game for the story, which is actually really quite deep. It's a lot more complex than just good versus evil because it really breaks down what each character and each side is truly feeling at its core. I really can't say enough about how great this game was, so really good job Xbox Game Studios and Moon Studios. Coming in at number 4 is Ghosts of Tsushima. Alright, I'll be honest, I have a real hard time saying Tsushima, but you know what? I tried my best. I feel kind of bad because this game really didn't get the love it truly deserved. It was released on July 17th, and by that point, everyone was really focused on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So when PlayStation decided to release its last PS4 exclusive, no one really cared a lot. However, this game is loaded with content. It is truly stunning with its visuals, and its gameplay is really a lot of fun. There are times that it's super easy and you can breeze through enemies and you feel like a true badass, and there are other points in the game that if you don't get your block or counter strike correct, you will struggle and have a real challenge with it. All I know is this is one of the coolest open world games, and if you've ever dreamed of being a samurai and slashing through enemies with a katana, you definitely need to pick it up and play this game. So we've made our way to the podium, and swinging in at number 3 is Spider-Man Miles Morales. So if you were lucky enough to pick up the PS5 this holidays, then I guarantee you also picked up Spider-Man Miles Morales as a launch day exclusive. Now it might have been a shorter game than the PS4 version of Spider-Man, however you will not be disappointed in every element of this game. Being able to take control over Morales is so much fun, and I have to admit he's got a lot more of a flashy moveset than Peter Parker and has a lot more swagger. He's just a cooler character than Peter Parker. Yeah, I said it, I really like Miles Morales. Now I don't have a PS5, however I have played on my buddies, and you know what, it just blows me away. Swinging through New York at 60 frames a second, this game is a must-have if you own a PlayStation 5. Alright, the silver medal. Now this game had more controversy this year than any other game. I didn't really like it, but it had critical acclaim, it won Game of the Year at the VGAs, and its sales numbers are outstanding. So coming in at number 2 is The Last of Us Part 2. Now we all knew that this game had to be on the list at some point. Now like I said, I personally didn't like this game, but it sold an amazing 4 million copies its opening weekend. It is the fastest selling PlayStation 4 exclusive game. And let's get real, the marketing campaign and all the publicity around the leaks of the story made this whirlwind of chaos around this title. Now from a technical standpoint, the gameplay is absolutely smooth. I love the high aggressive combat style, and it visually is stunning. But where the divide comes in is the story and what they decided to do with it. A lot of people were upset with Joel's death and how he died, but honestly, I thought that was okay. But my big issue was when it came to Ellie. Now I don't really care if my protagonist is gay or not. However, to be spoon-fed that narrative again and again, I find is really unnecessary. I'm not really a fan of any form of media that shoves in your face a certain political or ideological agenda. At the end of the day, we're here to be entertained and play video games. I don't need an underlying agenda being shoved down my throat every second. I really just think the character of Ellie has so much more room to grow instead of just her sexuality. But putting that all aside, this game really deserves to be high up on the list considering it was the 3rd highest selling game of the year. Alright, so there's one spot left, and as you can tell, I'm a big Nintendo fan, so it's pretty obvious who my number 1 choice is. Whether you played the game or not, Animal Crossing New Horizon took the world by storm. In my mind, hands down, this is the top game of the year. Now we also have to realize that the timing of this game could not have been any better. It was released on March 10th, right before most of the world shut down and went into lockdown. So what else are you going to do when you're locked in your house? You're going to play a game that literally has no end. This game sold an amazing 23 million copies in 2020. Now, a lot of that has to be due to the timing, but the game is actually a lot of fun. Getting to build your own island, visiting Friends Island, and like I said, it never truly ends because they're constantly updating it with seasonal updates and different tasks you can do every day. Nintendo should be really proud of this IP because it drove Switch sales through the roof, so much so that you couldn't buy a Switch during quarantine for less than $1,000. And because of the popularity of Animal Crossing New Horizon, the Switch is yet again at the top of the heap when it comes to sales of 2020. So that does it, everyone, for my list of the top 20 games in 2020. Feel free to comment down below what games you wanted to see on this list, or if you wanted to switch the order around. I know 2020 wasn't ideal for a lot of people, but you know what? It's 2021 really soon. So have an amazing New Year's, everyone, and as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you online in 2021.